What's up guys, it's your boy Ru and we are back for another Kuro no Kiseki breakdown video, and this one we're going to take a look at the Xipha Battle Orbment. So we already broke down the scans for the two new characters, Reset Twinnings and Quattro Solution. If you guys don't know who those two characters are, I will leave the link to those videos down in the description below. Definitely go check those out. But for right now, this one we're going to be focused on the Xipha battle system, Battle Orbment, which is highly more developed than the Arcus. Like if you just take a general look at the screenshot right here, the scan, like there's a lot going on. The way I'm going to try and break down the Xipha battle system and point out some of the key things that are going to be different for us is by hopping into Hajimari. So I'm going to go back and forth between the screenshot scan that we saw earlier as well as here. So I'm going to try and use the Arcus as well as a way to point out some of the differences we're going to see and potentially explain some of the things that might be happening. First of all, so this is an up close picture of the Xipha Battle Orbment. And honestly, I really love the design of this. Like, it looks super clean. Not only have they developed the battle system and changed it up, incorporating the in real-time battle action, and then along with keeping the turn-based input command battle system and integrating that into one complex battle system. So not only did they do that, but they also altered the battle orbment significantly more than what we've seen before. I'm not sure if this is exactly what's going to happen or what this is, but what I'm going to attribute that to is the Master Quartz. Remember, this is Hajimari, so this is the most recent developed Arcus battle orbment that exists in Erebonia technology. But right here, where I have Bridget, that's a Master Quartz right there. So what I'm thinking is that center Orbment right here, the center quartz right here, is sort of like a Master Quartz, right? Coined Master Quartz. It may not be the same terminology, but as far as effectiveness, like its role, what the role is going to play in the battle orbment battle system, I believe this is going to be the same sort of effect. So we got the Master Quartz right here. So basically for the Arcus, the Master Quartz sets up everything, right? It's the main thing. It's what mainly gives the characters power. For example, like for Rain, right? That first one, if I remember, obviously I memorized it, but like basically every time you KO, right, you get 22 CP per monster KO'd. Second one is 5 CP per turn. So I believe that third one is low HP CP plus 200. But what those CP numbers in this game, I have no idea. And then the parentheses is 2 times basically. So a lot of the power using Arcus and the abilities comes from the Master Quartz. So that's why I do believe that this right here is going to be a Master Quartz. Then if we look over here, we got 4 different lines right here. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. They also point out something right here. I have no idea what this is. So you have 4 different quartz slots, and if y'all could notice, if you go back, it's completely different. So if we go back to Hajimari, it's a completely different layout. So first of all, we have the lines right here, right? So we have one line right here, which only has 4 slots. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you look at the Arcus to my right side, we can see that highlighted in the yellow, in the white, sorry, the white little circle. So this is one line right here, and we have 4 quartzes. So we can put any quartz, and within this line, you have elemental slots. So for Reen specifically, we have time elemental slot, and we have a fire elemental slot. If I were to move to Crow, so for Crow's Arcus, he actually has a different design. Whereas instead of where Reen has 3 lines, Crow actually only has 2 lines. And if you go to Arios, he only has 2 lines as well. So that's another thing that is to keep in mind if you go back here, is that this is only a generic shot, but are there going to be differences in the system compared to characters? Like will Vaughn's battle orbment, for example, be more advanced than, let's say, Agnes, because he's a professional Spriggan, whereas Agnes is just like a high schooler, for example? So would his battle orbment be more advanced version of hers, or will it be the same? So that's something to keep track of, that I'll definitely look forward to. And then going back here, so I'm just going to use Reen as my example. So we got the 4 quartzes, and we got the 1 line. Then we got the second line right here, which is 2 quartzes, and then we got the last third line, which is just 1 quartz. And then you can use for these elemental ones, you can use any quartz that's within that element. So as long as it's time, so let's just go ahead and go to the super rare slot. So as long as it's the time elements right here, I can equip these, right? I can equip it. These quartzes, some of these quartzes have colors, right? This is red, this is yellow, this is green, kind of like wind, fire, space, Blue one, we got water, kind of like this darker color one's probably the time. So I do think they're keeping that same sort of aspect of it. And then these ones right here, this X'd out, I believe those are your locked slots. So essentially, right, of course, when you start the game new, most of your slots in your battle armament are locked. You have to unlock them using Xipha. So that's what I believe is going on there, probably, most likely. So remember, so we have 4 lines here. When we looked at Rain's Arcus, he only had 3 lines. There are some characters like Agat, for example, who have 4 lines, but they all can only use 1 quartz in that slot. Whereas here we got 4 different lines, each with 4 quartzes, which means we can use a total of 16 quartzes, which is a lot more than what was available previously. Because going real quick back, so if you look here, so for example, Agat, right? Like I said, he has 4 lines. However, these 2 lines only have 1 each. Whereas in the Xipha, we had the 4 lines, each of them having 4. So right now we have a total of 7 quartzes, but here we have 16. We have 16 quartzes, almost double. No, it's actually over double. Ridiculous. So what is that going to be like? That sounds insane to me. The amount of capabilities and sort of the different sort of builds you can run. And then the next thing is the way that the quartzes are being broken down. So those are the 2 ways that the quartzes are broken down in Hajimari. We got elementals, and then we've got rarity. Those are the overall ways, and then the rarities interact with the Arcus based off the level of the slot. So I do think that there could be slot levels in the Xipha, and then there's definitely going to be elemental quartzes, because we just saw in that screenshot, right? If you go real quick back, as we see right here, there's the colors of the quartzes, and usually the color of the quartz represents the elements. So I do think that's going to be there. Now they actually have the new dynamics that they're having here. Oh, hold up, I didn't mean to go back. So the other dynamics they have here, they have 4 separate lines for the quartzes, and they're all actually different. So the way they're actually separating the quartzes in this game by weapon, drive, shield, and extra type. Okay, so turning on the face cam just temporarily so I can explain what I'm trying to point out here. Between the quartzes now in Kuro Kiseki having the distinctions between weapon, drive, shield, and extra type. So right here we have a normal quartz, HP 3, giving us 4,800 HP. Then if you go down a little bit more, let's go to attack. So come on, what do we got over here? Okay, so here we got crit. This is giving critical chance plus 6%. So now so this is all the stats, right? So these are our stats quartz, giving us 6% crits. The other one was giving us, what was it? 4,800 HP. If you scroll up, let's go to the earth elements. And then let's go ahead, go here. So this right here, this quartz is giving us, this level 3 normal quartz right here is giving us defense plus 200. So what I think that could be the weapon and the shield is that the weapon are your attack buffing quartzes. So if you go, so for example, if you go to the fire element, we have quartz, this normal quartz right here that gives us strength, right? Which you can actually kind of see. Hopefully I'm not blocking it. My face cap's not blocking that. But you can see the normal quartz, right? The fire quartz, we got strength right here. We got crit chance right here. So this quartz right here gives 200 strength. So I'm thinking the quartzes that just purely buff your stats offensively, like giving you more strength, giving you more ATS, giving you like critical chance, things like that, are coined as your weapon quartz types, regardless of elements. Next, shield. So now enough for the shield. If you go back to the normal side, so we've got these the earth element quartzes, like for this example, is giving 200 defense. Then we go over to the water. I believe there should be, so we got HP, kind of, right? HP vitality is kind of like defense. Then we've got these right here giving us ADF. And then if we go over to the super rare, we should have quartzes here that give us defense only. Yeah, so this quartz, this super rare quartz right here gives defense and ADF plus 400. So these defensive types of quartzes, I'm thinking that these quartzes are going to be coined as the shield quartz. This top line could be your weapon line, and those are only quartzes that can give you offensive builds, like offensive bonuses, giving you strength, giving you crit chance, which is why I think that there's all reds here. Because usually in Hajimari, like any quartz, the main elemental quartz that gives stat bonuses directly to like your weapon damage is fire. That's usually the element that gives you most of those. So I do think that this potentially, like all this is speculation of course, but I do think this could potentially be like your weapon quartzes, giving you those stat bonuses for offensive reasons. And then this below, just for example, let's say this is your shield line. So all these quartzes will give you defense, right? Like ADF, defense, EDF, and defense, maybe even dodge chances. Drive, I'm not really sure what drive could be comparing it to Hajimari. Nope. This one right here. So if you take a look at her Master Quartz, if you go to 3, what that 3 line is basically it's built into the Master Quartz, but there's also quartzes that do this, for example, like Windbell, where they have to delay after you use arts. So could that potentially be what drive quartzes are going to be in Chrono Kiseki? Like they essentially drive your action, they push it forward so that you won't get so that you don't get delayed. Or could they also be like time specific quartzes? Because if we take a look, back over here at this 4th line, there's 2 of the darker kind of like time right here. So the fact they're together kind of makes me think that this line could potentially be drive, and that drive is something similar to like reducing delay, speeding up your action, that kind of thing. So like for example, let's go, where is it? So if you go over to time right here, so this ultra rare quartz right here gives 35 speed. What quartzes that give speed like this, just pure speed buffs? Because technically speed isn't defense and it's not weapon, like so it wouldn't be weapon or shield. So is that what drive means? Right, like speed buffs would be on your drive, your agility buffs would be under your drive section of your quartzes, potentially, right? And then the other one I wanted to point it out, where is it? Come on. So again, right here, again, another quartz giving us speed. Oh, also, another point. So right here, this also going along with the time element quartzes. So this right here, this quartz is giving us, this super rare quartz right here is giving us ATS plus 100. But that second portion right after that, it's basically halving the time to cast arts. So that's what the second half is, reducing the time to cast arts. Could that also potentially be in the drive category? Kind of driving your action, reducing the time to cast arts, you're halving your delay, increasing your movements, your agility, your speed overall. So that's what I'm thinking the drive means for right now. And also maybe like arts like, so if you go over here, like your chrono drive, your chrono breaks, your chrono bursts, like those kind of arts, like these right here. So this right here, I believe is chrono burst because of the 2 meaning like 2 turns, sequential 2 turns. This right here, I believe is also, this is your rare. Oh, I'm in the wrong, no wonder. I was like, that's a rare one. That's a rare one. So that one was giving you speed along with chrono burst. So we have got Chrono Burst giving us that 2 extra turns back to back. We have Chrono Break reducing enemy speed, and then we have Chrono Drive increasing our speed. And then if we go down, we have all these normal quality, normal rarity, speed buffs. We also took a look at those ultra rares and super rares, and these are all reducing time to cast arts. So I'm thinking the drive could be those, right? Like your quartzes that give you those type of like increasing your speed, increasing your time to cast arts, reducing your time to cast arts rather. And then giving you halving the delay after you use your elemental art. So I'm thinking that's what drive is, kind of like driving your action. Now for the extra types, what I think extra types could potentially be. So if we go over, this is commonly found in this ultra rare section. So this is going to be a little bit challenging to point out here. But if we take a look here, okay, so for example, this quartz right here, we are getting an art that has a D plus power with the medium range. It has some element statuses. I believe it's Petrify. It's Petrify and something else. I don't know what that first symbol is, but I know that second one is Petrify. And then it's giving us strength, defense, and then extra little effects, right? It's giving us extra effects down there. Then if we keep scrolling, right, this is another quartz, giving us 2000 HP, 60 defense, giving us, I believe this is AoE defense buff right here. I can't think of the name right now. Le Crest, I think is what it is. And then it has extra effects on there as well. And then we scroll down right here. Let's go all the way down to strength. So right here, we got strength plus 120. And then lowering a strength for 4 turns by 40%. So we got strength buff, a weapon, strength buff, and we've got an extra additive effect. And then if we go back to the earth elements, let's see here. I can't find it now. Where's Lloyd? Where's my Lloyd? Where's Lloyd at? Okay, so right here. So this quartz right here is giving us defense, HP, and it's... No, not that one. That's not the one. This is the one I was talking about. So this right here is doing a lot. So it's giving us 680 F in defense, which that itself is utterly ridiculous. But then if we take a look here, it's giving, I believe that's 70% to break chance. Not break chance. It's giving 70% increase to break damage. So you're getting stat defensive buffs and you're getting offensive build. Through offensive buffs to increase the break damage, which there is going to be a break gauge as we saw during the battle gameplay videos that I explained previously with Vaughn and Agnes. So that's going to be a thing. So could that potentially be a extra type quartz, right? Like they have extra skills besides just buffing offense, defense, driving action, elemental art attacks. Could that be what extra types are? Potentially. So Xipha is going to be separating the quartzes between weapon, shield, drive, and extra type. So what I broke down just now using the Arcus, that's what I think is going to be about. Now, since most of my breakdown videos for these, I usually go ahead and put on an S-Craft. We've always done my main man's range, so this time let's go ahead and get Ario's S-Craft animation in, and then I will end this video right here. This is my second favorite right here. Rain number 1, Arios number 2. Like, look at this, so clean. Look at that. I'm really hoping that the S-Craft animations, if there are not at least minimum S-Craft animations at the same quality as this right here. Just look at this, it's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Alright y'all, so that's the Xipha battle Orbment. That's everything. So basic takeaways is the fact that they're changing it up completely from what we've seen with the Arcus as regards to the style of the lines, the fact that they're separating quartzes now into weapon, drive, shield, and extra type. So I based all my theories and my opinions based off evidence from previous games into what we have going on here. So that's what I think right now. Hopefully Falcom eventually in the next couple of days here or in the weeks puts up new information about the Xipha battle system and actually talks about it. So once at 21 has translations for Xipha, I will definitely be on top of that, like white on rice, you feel me? I'll be all over that. But anyways, y'all, I hope that helped in some way. The main thing for this is just to know that the Xipha is going to be drastically different from the Arcus. Is the main thing, that is highly more advanced and that this gameplay is going to have a lot more depth. But anyways, y'all, that's it for now. Thank you guys for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Have a great day, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.